What's up? Nathan here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel where we're here with Ep.3 of challenging myself to build $1 million brand. Now, if you haven't watched the previous video, I recommend hitting one of the links that's going to pop up on top. Check that video out first because that's exactly where I've revealed my brand that we're going to be building in this series. But otherwise, don't forget to like this video, and we know your time's valuable, so you can actually watch this video faster. Let's get straight into it. Now, throughout the series, I've mentioned the website that I've been looking at consistently to figure out what I should be doing with my brand. That is the Turned Yellow website. Now, going through the website, it's very clear that they have three things that really stand out and has allowed their website and their business to grow exponentially over the years. First of all is that they have multiple options to increase their average order value. The second one is that they have visual appeal and a really good exchange of word of mouth. And the last one is a level of nostalgia that brings an emotional connection to the people that have ordered from them. I've realized that if I really want to make this brand successful, I can't rely on such a low margin on the cost of my product. So in order to do so, I'm going to take a play out of their book and we're going to sell things like canvases and frame prints. But the issues with frame prints is there are a lot of damages that come through shipping, so we might not even worry about the frame prints, and I think we might even stick to canvases. By doing so, the average order value skyrockets up to $90, $100, whereas just a digital artwork alone can cost them maybe 20 or 30 bucks. And by giving us a larger average order value, by giving us bigger margins in the cost of our products, we have a lot more room in our marketing and our paid advertising strategy so that we can then scale this brand even further and faster. The second and third one with the brand that I'm building go really hand in hand, especially with the rise of TikTok and how the organic strategy has changed in the e-commerce space. To build a brand that sells, you're going to need visual appeal. There needs to be an exchange of words from one person to the next about a product that they will want to tell their friends and their family the moment they receive it. And having that nostalgia of the pokey brand really come in allows people to then talk about it, which lends itself to a really solid organic strategy. Now, there is always the issue with trademarks and copyright, so I've done my research to make sure I'm out of the grey area. But I do recommend if someone is following along with this series, not to blatantly copy brands like Turned Yellow, even the one that I'm building, or even brands that resemble similar cartoons that we know and we love. If you're going to be doing something similar along that line, just be careful. So I've been working with my team of artists on making sure that we've got this artwork solid. And right here, I'm going to pop up two different dogs that we're going to put through and allow them to go through the customization from a simple photo all the way to the pokey cards that we're going to represent in our digital artwork. As you can see, they've worked really hard to allow levels of customization in the artwork itself without dampening the potential to lower the conversion rate by adding too much customization. Keep in mind that the more customization you allow a customer to put through on your website, the lower the conversion rate is going to show because a lot of people don't want to go through the process. So always start out with the most minimal amount of customization if you're going to go through the print on demand space, but you're not going to be able to show the perceived value of that purchase itself, and that can sometimes harm the value of your brand. Once we figure out whether this brand is going to be viable, the idea is to create more designs, more backgrounds, and more different types of artwork so that we can then leverage a back-end marketing and bring people back to order more and more products. Now, I did mention that I did have a team of artists, and those are found through services like Fiverr, Upwork, or you can even partner with an artist on Etsy. You don't have to be good at the art yourself, but what you really need to focus on is how good you are at marketing this product. I want to go through a website like Turned Yellow and show you exactly how the step-by-step process is on how they allow themselves to scale their brand so far. So it generally starts with step one, which is going onto their website, making all your customizations, and then making a purchase. The moment you've made that purchase, it's going to go through their system, and they're going to have a team of people that are organizing that, putting it onto a software, or putting it through a spreadsheet, and then taking all of your information and packaging it into your order. From there, we're moving on to step two, and that's taking your order and starting to put it on an assembly line. So the order information is going into a spreadsheet or it's going into a servicing platform. And then number three, the photo that you've represented is then going to go to one of their team of artists who's going to allocate that and begin the art itself. Keep in mind that this is where the first issue occurs because customers don't always give the best photos. Some of them are too blurry, some of them with the recipient looking away, and that creates a really big headache. So moving on to number four, that's when we have the art and then it gets sent from the artist and sent into the Dropbox folder or any type of folder, ready to be sent as a proof to the customer. Which then goes to number 5, and that proof gets sent to the customer and allowing them to provide any revisions, which does cause a little bit more of a problem. That's where we hit our second issue, and that's where the customer may not be happy with the artwork you provided, and that's where we fall into this infinite revision loop of trying to make the customer happy while not taking too much time on it. Finally, we hit step 6, where the customer's happy with it and we go out and we start to finalize the digital artwork and get it templated correctly. Hopefully that helps you understand how a brand like Turned Yellow is able to operate at scale, and the team that it takes to be able to build this print-on-demand type of business at scale that allows them to handle all these customer queries while doing millions of dollars a month. Now, you would stop there if you were only selling digital artwork, but because we are trying to increase the cost of our product to make sure that we get a higher margin, we're going to then be putting it onto canvases. So the thing that I would most likely do is I would sell the canvas or sell the product, whether it might be a mug, it might be a t-shirt or a jumper, and then upsell the artwork on top. Because by representing it in a physical product, you're gonna have a much easier time creating content, making sure that it's valued and visualized the exact way you need it to be, rather than a digital artwork where people might not realize that it is digital, which leads you into some more problems. In the end, we wanna make sure that the customer who's receiving the product is absolutely overjoyed. So we're gonna do everything in our best power to make sure that we are keeping them up to track, making sure that they're seeing the proofs that they've ordered, and then allowing them to get the final product in which they're overjoyed. They start telling all of their friends, and the next thing you know, you've got $1 million business. Woo! So given the update to where I am currently, I've got my artwork sorted and I should be getting my samples in soon. I'm gonna keep working on those samples and make sure I can get some content started so I can start working on an organic strategy, but then also leveraging that content to start running ads on it as well. Because while an organic strategy like TikTok or Instagram Reels does have a great effect, it's never going to be at the capacity that allows you to scale. And what you should be doing is taking it from an overall approach, using the profits that you get with free advertising and running them into your paid advertising strategy that allows you to scale and scale even harder. And while I get my samples made, I probably also need to get my website done. So I'm gonna work on that in the background as well. But otherwise, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel because it means a lot to me and allows me to know that you guys are interested to see more of the series and more content from myself. And while you're doing that, don't forget to drop a comment down below if you have any questions about print on demand, dropshipping, or this series in particular. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave 2 videos up here so that you can keep on learning, and hopefully I'll see you there.